Sumo is not just Japan's national sport. It is also a direct link to its spiritual and military history. It is a combat sport built upon a foundation of Japanese Shinto Buddhism and the samurai code known as Bushido. For a sport as traditional as sumo to be dominated for over 25 years by foreign wrestlers is understandably controversial. From 1998 to 2017, not a single sumo wrestler from Japan was able to attain sumo's highest rank of Yokozuna. Instead, 4 of the 5 Yokozuna appointed in that long stretch were Mongolian, one of Japan's historical military rivals. The phrase kamikaze was coined by samurai to describe 2 mythical typhoons that are said to have saved Japan from Mongol invasion in the late 13th century. At the beginning of the 21st century, however, it was the Mongolian rikishi that were taking sumo by storm. When a Japanese wrestler, Kisena Sato, finally reached the rank of Yokozuna in 2017, his long-awaited reign was cut short. A historic 8 back-to-back bosses missed or withdrawn from due to injury saw Kisena Sato retire after finishing just 2 tournaments at sumo's highest rank. With his retirement, the nation's search for a champion began anew. Japan was looking for its next legendary rikishi, someone who embodied everything sumo represents, and they found it in a man so destined for wrestling stardom that initially he didn't even need to take a traditional sumo name. His parents had named him after their favorite Yokozuna on the day he was born. By the time he finished junior high, the future Takakeisho Mitsunobu was already winning national championships and won the rank of junior high school Yokozuna. Going by his birth name Takanobu Sato, the rikishi occasionally trained with Ura, who was 4 years his senior. And upon entering high school, he was renowned for bad behavior that he chalked up to arrogance from his sumo success. Takanobu won the Kanto High School Sumo Championship twice, as well as taking the openweight title at the World Junior Sumo Championships in Taiwan. Takanobu was so highly regarded that he was given the rare chance to enter a professional stable before graduating high school, forcing his stable master to make arrangements that could balance sumo with education. But of all the stables to enter, this one must surely have been his dream. The stable of Takanohana Koji, the very Yokozuna that his parents had named him after.
お父さんとずっとやってきて、優勝して喜ばせることができなかったので、初めて優勝で恩返しできたかなと思います。
Debuting in the 2014 November Basho, Takanobu won back-to-back championships in both Jonokuchi and Jonidan divisions without losing a single bout. In 2016, he won both the Makushita and Juryo championships, both of which led him to make his debut in sumo's top division Makuuchi in 2017 January Basho. It was at this time that he officially adopted the ring name he has come to be known as, Takakeisho Mitsunobu, which continued to pay tribute to his Yokozuna stable master, as well as referencing 16th century daimyo Kagegatsu Uesugi. Takakeisho's explosive rise to Maegashira was all the more impressive, given that he is just 175 centimeters or 5 foot 9 inches tall. Takakeisho himself said that he was intimidated by the thickness of Aoyama's arms and Tochinoshin's thighs. But his focus on Suki and Oshi, pushing and thrusting techniques, led him to quickly rise from Maegashira to Komusubi, where he claimed his first Emperor's Cup in November 2018, to Sekiwake, and then to Ozeki in May 2019, becoming the fastest Japanese-born wrestler to reach the rank at just 22 years old. But such a dizzying rise of the Banzuke set high expectations for the new Ozeki. After all, Mongolia's Hakuho became Yokozuna at 22, so why shouldn't Japan's Takakeisho follow in his footsteps? The answer, as it often is for our beloved Ozeki, is injury. Despite having won a championship, a Fighting Spirit Award, and 2 Technique Awards over 3 remarkable basho, Takakeisho was simply unable to shine in his initial run as Ozeki due to a knee injury that saw him demoted to Sekiwake, only to battle his way back to Ozeki at the end of 2019 with a bout against Hakuho that lasted for over a minute. But embodying the Bushido spirit that sumo are required to possess, Takakeisho made 2020 his year. He became engaged to fashion model Yukina Chiba, herself the daughter of former Ozeki Hokutenyu, and then racked up 51 wins, the most of any makuuchi, and then establishing a new rivalry that may come to define sumo in the coming years. After winning 8 bouts in a row at the 2020 November Basho, Takakeisho was ready to win his second ever Emperor's Cup and first as Ozeki. Only one thing stood in his way, an unstoppable, conquering force that only the divine wind could hope to stop. The returning 192 centimeters, 6 foot 3 inches, 184 kilograms, 406 pounds, 29 stone Mongolian former Ozeki himself, Tero no Fuji. But a loss to the Mongolian on the final day put both Rikishi on an equal 13-2 record and led to a dramatic playoff bout to decide who would take the championship home. A victory in the 2021 January Basho could have satisfied the Japanese Sumo Association's requirement for a promotion to Yokozuna, and so all eyes were on the Japanese Ozeki. Instead, the Ozeki curse returned. Takakeisho was forced to withdraw due to injury twice in 1 year, and despite solid performances in the basho he did compete in, he had to watch Terunofuji succeed his fellow Mongolian as Yokozuna following Hakuho's retirement. With 2022 seeing yet another withdrawal due to injury, it is unclear what the future holds for Takakeisho Mitsunobu. Very few question his quality, and even fewer question his spirit. But with serious injury concerns, a dominant Yokozuna to rival, and a new Ozeki in Mitakeumi, can he fulfill his destiny and the hopes of a nation?